Okay, so let's get back to content for today. I'd like to have a volunteer, please, for a quick exercise who would like to feel good. So, Thorn, first of all, how are you doing?
Very well. And yourself?
Feel good? You having fun?
I am.
Nice to hear. Very nice to hear. So, what kind of feeling would you like to feel a bit more often?
Peace.
And peace. And what kind of peace do you mean?
A calm resolve.
Like a calm resolve. All right. And I have a sense that you felt like this before. Am I close?
Yes.
When have you felt like this?
Just after I made a life change and joined the Coast Guard.
Nice.
To escape misspent youth, so to speak.
All right. So, and how long ago was that when you joined the Coast Guard?
20 years ago.
So it's about 20 years ago. And where were you when you were joining the Coast Guard? I mean, where were you when this whole process of joining the Coast Guard gave you that real sense of peace, that quiet resolve, that calm resolve?
I was making the move from basic training to my A school when I realized the shift in my thought processes.
And where were you when you noticed that shift in your thought processes? So you're making the shift from to the A school, but physically, where were you? Where were you about? What room? What location?
I was in my dorm room.
So you're in your dorm room. What are you doing in your dorm room as you become aware of the shift?
Studying.
So in your dorm room, you're studying. And at what point do you become aware of this shift?
When I realized that I was on a different path.
Nice.
It just had that sense of, it's this completely different opposite of what I was doing even a couple months ago.
Nice. So when you were studying, were you sitting like at a desk or doing something else?
At a desk.
You're sitting at a desk. And what else was in the room? I mean, what color was the room? Was it brightly colored? Was it just more muted?
It was yellow.
Like a yellow room. And the desk was?
The desk was part of a bunk bed system. There were three. We had 3 people per room, so there were 3 bunks. So the underspace of the top bunk was your bed / dresser.
Got it. So you're under the bunk at your desk in a sort of yellow room. You're studying, and then suddenly you have the realization that you just moved on a completely different path. Is that when you are flooded with a calm resolve, a peaceful feeling?
Yes. I
have a sense you're getting some of that now.
I am indeed.
Take all the time you need to really enjoy it. No need to pay any attention to me until you're ready to talk a little bit more.
Well, boy.
Isn't that something?
It's immediate.
It's immediate, isn't it? Okay, folks, do you mind sticking around a little bit? Because we'll just talk about what we just did. So we'll set this up as an exercise and you'll all get a chance to do this in a minute. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. So what do we do here? It's a more conversational style of revivification. Could we have the notes up, please, for this one? Okay. So are you guys familiar with the idea of the systems predicate? Right? By system, this is one of the ways we looked at mind-bending language. It's just a mnemonic for, here we go, space, time, energy, and matter. Now, what is this? This is so space, time, energy, and matter. Do you guys see that over here? There we go. Space, time, energy, and matter. Right? So, Elizabeth, if you could, or an assistant, could you please, there you go, right for that, there we go. So this is just a simple acronym. So to help us remember that there are 4 coordinates to making things feel real for us, right? For something to be real, it has to occur in some place, at some time, there's some kind of activity going on, and there is some object involved. So energy is the verb, matter is the noun. You get the idea? That's how we kind of tend to orient through reality, right? So when you talk about a life-changing moment, that happened at a certain time, in a certain place, you're doing certain things, and you were surrounded by certain physical objects, right? Now, space is to time what energy is to matter, as you know, right? As any physicist will tell you, matter is really just a ton of really densely vibrating energy that has sort of coalesced into a Latin matrix that stays relatively stable, right? But energy and matter are really the same thing. It's in the same way that space and time are really the same thing. Time is just a measurement of change across space, right? So it's really two coordinates, space, time, and energy matter, the two coordinates that keep things real. Now, that's just a bit of theory. What is the value of this? When you ask someone to tell you a story about a particular resource, in this case, the idea of peace, right? The first thing that happens is the law of attention works in your favor. Where the attention goes, energy flows, and that thing grows. Did it grow for you?
Yes.
Dawn? Right? And all you had to do is place your attention on it. But it can't just be this sort of like, I'm going to will myself to be, I'm going to be much peaceful, more peaceful, right? That's taking the wrong kind of attention to it. We're going to distract them a little bit by the story, so the unconscious mind can rest on their attention on the story, and from that evoke the experience again, just like you had it. To help, we're going to ask about those four systems: space, time, energy, and matter. The space question is basically, where were you, right? The time question is both, first, when have you felt like that? And how long ago was that? We're going to add that if you want into this. How long ago can orient them in time a little bit more, right? You'll notice that time here was pretty vague. It was about 20 years ago, right? Then space started to make it a little bit more real. I was actually, it was abstract at first. I was going from my basic training to the A school, right? Then we asked about physical location. Oh, I was in my dorm. I was studying behavior. That's the energy. What were you doing? What were you spending your energy on? Studying, right? And then we use matter to build out the location. What do you see? Yellow walls, bunk beds, desk underneath the bunk beds, right? And as soon as he had enough sensory detail, so you could see could you not see the bunk bed in your mind and almost feel the desk there, and maybe even got a little hint of the smell. It had a unique smell in the room. So as those sense memories started coming back to life again, it reawakened the state that's attached to that memory. In this case, the resource we're looking for. Does it make sense, guys? It took no time at all. 3-4 minute conversation, and hey presto, we have a strong, healthy state here. Does that make sense to you, Thorn?
Yes. And as a matter of fact, now all sorts of other memories from that time frame are flooding through as well.
Because we've opened the door, and now the law of association is working in your favor, right? On the one side, the affect bridge, that means the associations to the feeling, will bring you other moments when you felt like that. But also the sensory bridge will bring you in all the other things that are linked to that memory. It's like a memory palace, because the dorm room is linked to the corridor, is linked to the refectory, is linked to the park, is linked to, and all the activities that happen in those places are spatially located. And we have a very, our memories excel at storing things spatially, because that's how we used to hunt. Make sense?